Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WGU's first virtual commencement. Graduates, families, and friends, thank you for joining us as we celebrate this special occasion. I now have the honor to introduce Vincent Lawyer, who will sing our national anthem. Vincent is an aspiring teacher, an Army veteran from Columbus, Georgia, who earned his Bachelor of Arts degree in Interdisciplinary Studies. If you are able, please rise for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Vincent. That was truly wonderful. Welcome to WGU's first virtual commencement. It is my honor to convene today's ceremony, and I thank each of you, along with your friends, family, and loved ones, for joining our celebration. Today is an incredible day. Each of you have reached an important milestone in your lives. You've completed your degree. And many of you have reached this goal despite countless challenges and obstacles that stood in your way. But you didn't take no for an answer. Through hard work, long nights, and with the love and support of your friends and family, you made your dream a reality. And despite a global pandemic, today you will celebrate this momentous achievement with the ones you love. Your friends, family, and the WGU faculty who've supported you could not be more proud of what you've achieved. As you celebrate your achievements today and throughout the weekend, we encourage you to share your photos on social media using the hashtag WGUGrad. You will now hear from WGU North Carolina Chancellor Catherine Truitt, who will kick off today's ceremony.
Hello, everyone. It is my honor to participate in WGU's first virtual commencement. On behalf of the entire university and our Board of Trustees, we welcome our honored graduates and congratulate you on this significant achievement. We also extend our warmest welcome to the many family members and friends who are celebrating with their graduates. Although social distancing means many of you are not physically with your graduates today, please know that our graduates are sending their thanks to you for your help and support. Graduates, please join me in a round of applause. At WGU, we often have family members graduating together. Today is no different, and we offer a special congratulations to those of you who are sharing this accomplishment with a loved one. WGU is honored to be recognized year after year as a military-friendly university. We are proud to recognize the military members who are graduating. With the graduates who are active duty, reservists, veterans, and military spouses, please stand to be recognized wherever you are celebrating. Families and friends, please join me in a round of applause. Thank you for your service to your country. Also joining us virtually are many of our WGU faculty and staff. If you've been a beneficiary of the time and dedication they put into their work, please put your hands together one last time and give them a round of applause. Since our first graduate in 2000, WGU has now awarded more than 182,000 degrees. Thank you all for joining virtually. It is our privilege to recognize you on this special day. Let me share some facts about today's graduating class. 43% of you are the first in your family to earn a college degree. We extend a special congratulations to you. Your average age is 38 years old, the youngest of you is 18, and the oldest is 70. 79% of you are women. The average time to graduation for those of you pursuing a bachelor's degree was 2 years and 8 months. And the average time for those of you earning a master's degree was 1 year and 6 months. Today's commencement celebrates you, our graduates, for setting and accomplishing a significant goal and moving to a new stage in your life. You join only 33% of adults who have bachelor's degrees and only 8% of adults in the U.S. who hold master's degrees. Education is the surest path to opportunity. You worked hard to achieve an education milestone that will change the course of your own history and influence future generations. You have aspired to greater things. Thank you for letting all of us at WGU play a part in the fulfillment of your dream.
Thank you, Catherine. And now we have the privilege of hearing from 4 graduates. These graduate speakers were originally selected to speak at our commencement in Charlotte, and we've luckily been able to record their speeches to share with you all today. Sharon Test, Master of Science, Management and Leadership, and Master of Business Administration from Concord, North Carolina. Leanne Brooks, Master of Science, Nursing, Leadership and Management from Huntertown, Indiana. Sparkle Butler, Bachelor of Science, Human Resource Management from Garland, Texas, and Miranda Joseph, Bachelor of Arts, Interdisciplinary Studies, K-8, from Raleigh, North Carolina. Please join me in welcoming first to speak, Sharon.
First, I want to thank my husband for marrying me and for giving me the last name that reminds me of the thing I hate the most, Test. But on a serious note, if you were to tell me 13 years ago that I would be heading back to school at the age of 34, I would have laughed at you. I was fresh out of college after getting my bachelor's in psychology, and I was so done with school. I mean, we've been in school for over half of our lives at the age of 22, so I was ready to embrace the world. So here I was, out in the world, starting my job hunt right before the recession. Luckily, I was able to find a job right out of college, starting in IT because of a family friend. That position led me to an entry-level position in the banking world, a field I never dreamed of working in, and one that didn't really make much use of my psychology degree. I basically just went from one job to another, climbing the ladder as I went. It was around that time that I met my husband at a wedding. He was the DJ and I was the maid of honor. It was love at first sight. And before we knew it, we were married with 2 kids. He became a stay-at-home dad and I worked. I have always been someone who strived for the next big thing. I have finally gotten to a point in my career where I was loving what I did, but I wanted to do more. I always found management and leadership intriguing, and I love being able to help my team develop. I am even a leader on my dragon boat racing team, the oldest water team sport. Imagine 22 people in a boat working in sync to be the first across the finish line. I love a team working as a well-oiled machine, all moving as one towards a common goal. Dragon boat racing and the team camaraderie of it are such joy for me that my team, which is called Organized Chaos, would eventually become the inspiration for my capstone project at WGU. But that's jumping ahead. Back at work, I had naturally become the go-to person, and I really enjoyed that. So I began exploring how to get into management. I have always been able to get to the next position through networking and putting my name on something at every job I've held. If there's anything I've learned about the banking world, it's that networking is so important, and how you present yourself makes a huge difference. The caveat with management in the banking industry is that management experience is required. Yet you can't really get management experience unless someone gives you a shot. So I started doing my research and stumbled across WGU through a Google search. The Masters of Management and Leadership program just appealed to me. I didn't have to sit in a classroom, and I could accelerate if I wanted to. I started my program in September of 2019, and a couple of months before my start date, I was given the team lead position at my work. The timing was perfect. As I stumbled my way back through school, I still had to be a mother, employee, a wife, a friend, a teammate. I was juggling a new role at work, my family life, my dragon boat racing team, and now school. I won't lie, on my first day, I was completely overwhelmed with the amount of reading and all the different modules that were available to me. I was used to sitting at a desk in a classroom listening to a lecture for an entire semester, not being able to do school in my pajamas. I accelerated through my program quickly and loved every part of it because all the coursework and readings were relevant to what I wanted to learn. I was even surprised to receive an excellence award for my paper. The flexibility of my program allowed me to spend time with my family on the weekend and attend dragon boat races with my team and still earn my degree. I did it. And now I am vice president at my company. The goal I started with all these years ago, achieving the leadership I knew I was capable of, is now a reality. I wouldn't be here today without the support of my family. My parents were encouraging the whole way through. They raised me to never give up and work hard, and that's what I strive for every day. I want to also thank my Dragon Boat team for being supportive and understanding, and to Randy and Ricardo, founder and president of Organized Chaos, for letting me write my capstone on the organization. Thank you to my friend Justin for keeping me laughing throughout my studies. It keeps me sane. To my kids, Evan and Eva, who are 6 and 8, thank you for knowing to stay out of my room when I'm taking a proctor exam. Hugh would have been in big trouble. And most importantly, thank you to my husband, Brian, because I would not be here if you didn't help take care of things around the house and the kids. I love you for always celebrating with me when I passed a course. Fellow graduates, the journey to get to where we are today was unique for each of us. Treasure those moments, including the times when you failed, when what we have gained is knowledge and perseverance. Remember the times you jumped for joy because you barely passed an objective assessment, or the times you cried because nothing made sense anymore, or when you stared at your performance assessment in the queue and wonder if it's broken. It just makes this accomplishment even more amazing. It was such an amazing feeling, in fact, that I am doing it all over again. I started my MBA program with WGU on March 1st, right around the time our world quickly spun out of control. In some ways, it feels like a strange time to be planning for the future. But we have nothing if we don't have hope. Knowing that I have the ability to take some control of my future keeps me going. Just the other day, I received pictures from my cousin in China showing that the restaurants and other businesses that are opening up again. He was enjoying his breakfast with our family. This too shall pass, and it will be us sitting in our favorite restaurant with our favorite people, enjoying each other's company. Until then, best of luck to everyone in your future endeavors. Great job on this accomplishment.
4 years ago, I was working as a diabetes educator. I was married, I had 4 beautiful children. I knew someday I was going to return to school to get my BSN, but I figured I'd wait till my kids were a little older. On a random Tuesday in June, I was 42 years old when I was told I had breast cancer. This diagnosis not only derailed my career plans, but it derailed my entire life. Over the course of the next year, I endured 8 surgeries, 8 rounds of chemotherapy, 33 rounds of radiation, and I was off work for a total of 8 months. When I was finally able to return to work, my organization had achieved magnet status, my department had been realigned under a new director, nurses were being encouraged to get their BSN, and new hires were being mandated to get theirs. I had worked for my organization for 20 years before I was diagnosed with cancer. To my surprise, shortly after returning to work, I was offered a lead position within my department. As a leader, I was compelled to support the organization by obtaining my BSN. But I was concerned about returning to school. I had mounting medical bills, we'd had a reduction in income while I was off work, and in addition, my oldest child, herself, would be heading off to college in just 3 short years. I really needed an affordable option if I was going to continue my education. My director suggested that I look at WGU. She said they had an excellent reputation. As I began my first course towards my BSN, I was intrigued. I began learning and thinking about things in new and different ways. As I journeyed through the courses, I learned so many things that were directly applicable to my current role. It was as though pieces of the puzzle were coming together and I was finally seeing the full picture of nursing. The more I learned, the more I fell in love with nursing all over again. I was able to complete my BSN in just 2 terms. As I passed the final course and I received my diploma, I was so happy. I felt that I had really accomplished something great. I started sharing my experience with my coworkers, and I hoped that they too would return to complete their BSN. The rewarding feeling of accomplishment was so worth the effort and the time that it took to complete it. My experience with WGU was invaluable, and it only took 1 month for me to decide that I wanted to continue my education further. Since WGU offers an MSN program, there was no question as to where I would go to complete that degree. As I began my next journey, I was greeted with one of the kindest program mentors. Her name was Cindy Emily. She was so encouraging and so helpful. Her phone calls and her emails kept me on track. She was able to provide insight and encouragement along the way. As I entered my final 5 courses, I was assigned to Robert Trenholm for my course instructor. It was no surprise that he too was very helpful. He broke down my last 5 courses into manageable and understandable tasks. I always looked forward to my conversations with him because I knew he was going to get me started on the right foot. When I spoke with him regarding the final task, I was a little emotional when I hung up the phone. It is truly amazing that 2 people whom I've never met in person played such a key role in helping me achieve one of the greatest accomplishments of my life, my MSN. When I passed the final capstone, I cried. There were tears of joy, pride, accomplishment, and of course relief. It felt as if I had finally completed my last leg of my cancer journey and I'd driven in that last stake. I sent a text to my family that read, "MSN, take that, cancer." With the completion of this degree came closure to a very long journey. I am so thankful for the support of my husband, my children, my parents, my sister. They supported me through cancer, and they continued to support me as I returned to school. They made this achievement possible every single day. As I reflect on my undergraduate work many years ago, when there was no email and no internet to support my education, I realized that the technology and the capabilities available to students today are truly amazing. Today, Americans are now adjusting to a new world in the wake of the pandemic. Schools across the country have closed. Students and teachers have been catapulted into online learning formats. Moving forward, this may have to become our new norm. WGU has already paved the way for other schools to follow in their footsteps by creating new online communities. To be able to access high-quality education from home is such a blessing for an adult who is trying to balance family, home, career. As an added bonus, the affordability and design of WGU's programs allowed me to accomplish my dream without adding mounds of additional debt when I was battling back from cancer and I prepared to send my oldest to college. Thanks to my amazing healthcare team, I stand here today cancer-free. Thanks to WGU, I was able to accomplish my goal and achieve not only my BSN, but also my MSN. Lastly, thanks to my mentor, my course instructors, my friends, my family. You helped me pace myself, stay on track, stay grounded, and take back my life. Thank you.
Good morning, family, friends, WGU faculty and staff, fellow graduates, and all my fellow Americans dealing with the ever-changing issue of COVID-19. My name is Sparkle, and after 20 years of being out of high school, I am now a college graduate. I am so proud that I can finally say that, even if I regret that it took so long for me to get here. I am a college graduate. From caring for 5 kids, to being hospitalized at least 3 times, to losing a child, to dealing with the stress that came for providing for my family, and the heartache of divorce, I can't even count how many times I wanted to just settle for where I was and say, where I'm at is good enough. That frame of mind changed when directors told me that they would not promote me without a degree, even though they knew I had the experience. At first, it was beyond frustrating to know that completing my degree was the only thing that was keeping me from growing in my career. And I knew I needed to make the decision to either change it or live with it. Like many of my fellow night owls, I refused to settle. Even more importantly, I found that wanting to inspire my kids to complete their educational goals by growing in my career was hindered by not completing my own education, no matter how much experience I had. For those of you who have kids, you know that your kids are going to do as you do, not as you say. There was no way that I can expect my kids to follow through with their education if I didn't give my all by setting an example and following through with mine. WGU gave me a totally new perspective on learning and how accessible it can be. I was able to use the mobile app to review course materials during lunch breaks and review course chatter to see what issues my fellow classmates were having, where 9 times out of 10, I found that any questions that I needed to ask were already asked by a fellow student and answered by a course instructor. I was also able to use the course guide to find suggestions on how to best navigate courses. And I love the ability to accelerate through my program by completing a course in just a couple of weeks based on previous experience that I already possessed. During my time at WGU, I truly felt for the first time that I was being treated like an adult who had major responsibilities outside of school by people who really wanted to see me succeed. And that was priceless. I know you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But that's not to say that there weren't hard times along the way. I hit the lowest point in my bachelor's program in October 2019, when I was just 3 courses from completion. I had just received a promotion at work, was in the middle of moving, was dealing with my oldest daughter, adjusting to her sophomore year in college, and my 4 younger kids were all starting at new schools. I was so overwhelmed one day that I emailed my my mentor and said, I'm done. And she emailed me back one word, no. She knew how frustrated I was. So she scheduled a call to talk to me about what was going on and offer suggestions that made it easier for me to manage school without being overwhelmed. I will forever be grateful to Anne for her time, her inspiration, and her patience. I'm feeling a lot of emotions as I read this to you all today, but most of all, I am feeling relief and happiness because it's over. When I took my final assessment and saw that green check mark, I got down on my knees, cried tears of happiness, and thanked God for every setback because it showed me that I could persevere and manifested my dedication and my hard work. This can be said about all of you because whether you pursued your degree right out of high school or started years later like I did, the end result is the same. We did it. We've positioned ourselves to have more doors of opportunity open for us and possibly, without knowing, have inspired others to follow their college goals. Education is the one thing that no one can take away from you. And with this degree, I am truly excited about what lies ahead for me. And hopefully you all are too, even as COVID-19 makes the future seem a little scary and uncertain. On behalf of my fellow graduates, I would like to thank WGU for making this possible, for making college so accessible from home, work, the grocery store, or wherever I was, and for providing both course instructors and program mentors who walked with us throughout our journeys to both inspire and motivate, and for making this dream so affordable. Thank you and God bless.
Fellow graduates, today marks a milestone in each of our lives. We're here because of the support we have received from our immediate and extended families, friends, program mentors, course instructors, evaluators, proctors, clinical supervisors, and host teachers. Some of them are witnessing this joyous moment, and they're probably saying, finally, you got it together. On behalf of all the graduates, I want to say thank you to all of you for your support throughout our journey. Let's talk about a wild ride. I have often joked with my kids about becoming a race car driver in my next career move. They would raise their eyebrows as if to say, Mommy, you're crazy. My journey to this moment has been a long one, and I have often felt as if I have been on a wild ride. I'm sure some of you will relate to my story, as you probably have been on a wild ride yourself. I can see myself at 16 years old again, and in my final year of high school. Throughout high school, I worked hard and maintained good grades. But in my final year, no one realized how scared and sad I had become. My classmates would all be talking about the colleges they would be attending after graduation, or the jobs they were applying for. Even my teachers would ask, how are your college applications coming along? I knew I wanted to go to college, but with no available scholarships, grants, loans, or family wealth, that would prove to be an impossible dream. I struggled through the final year, becoming very discouraged. In the end, as it turned out, not only did I not have the money for college, but I didn't even have the credits I needed to graduate. I experienced the first failure of my life. But don't cry for me. I didn't know it then, but failure was going to prove to be my friend. Failing every exam and repeating my final year of high school became the driving force of my life. This experience taught me that giving up was not an option. You may be wondering, how did I get here today? How could this shy, introverted child, born and raised in the Caribbean, who failed high school the first time around, become a Montessori teacher, and now an elementary school teacher? Well, just like many of you here today, I got back up. I got back in the driver's seat of my life and drove hard. In the last 20 years, I came to the United States, got married, had 3 amazing children, and bought a house. The perfect dream, you might say. Though that may sound perfect, I've had many pit stops on this wild ride. Pit stop number 1. My husband, well, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes 2 years after we got married. He would eventually endure not 1, not 2, but 3 strokes, all of them within the last 3 years. Pit stop number 2. That house that we bought, it was foreclosed on, leaving our family homeless for a season. And pit stop number 3, the mother of all pit stops for any parent, came when one of those amazing kids ran away from home at 16, right in the middle of my WGU journey. In the words of the author of Pete the Cat, when Pete lost his groovy buttons, did Miranda cry? Goodness, yes. Those 3 major pit stops rocked my world. But thanks to the many wonderful people I had surrounded myself with, the devotion to my family, and the sheer grace extended to me by the Creator of the universe, I got back up. I kept the promise I made to my parents and myself at 16 when I had failed it all. And that promise was to graduate from college. When it looked like that might not be a possibility, I came across WGU, a university that would cost me a fraction of what it cost at other colleges, allow me to keep my job, care for a sick spouse, homeschool my child, be a track and cross-country mom, and graduate in half the time. Talk about a wild ride. Every day has been a race to the finish line for our family. My husband, who patiently held on to see me finish this race, would succumb to multiple myeloma on March 1st, 2020. A disease he never knew he had until his last week on earth. I got to tell him before he passed that not only would I graduate, but I would be telling his story today. Unfortunately, he won't get to see the son that ran away will graduate high school in June of this year, a year earlier than we had expected. But I know that he is smiling down from the balconies of heaven as he watches my college dream become my reality. Through all the pit stops on this wild ride, I learned 3 things. Number 1, I am in the driver's seat of my life. Number 2, pit stops are not the finish line. Change those tires, fuel up, and for goodness sake, get back in the race. And number 3, though I made it to this finish line, and though I will bask in the victory, take a breather and enjoy the moment. Come tomorrow, I'll be in the driver's seat ready to start my next wild ride. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you to all of our graduate speakers. It's truly amazing to think of the lessons we can take away from Sharon and Leanne and Sparkle and Miranda. Sharon in particular, I can't imagine that you're anything but spectacular at dragon boat racing when I consider the fact that that is nothing compared to the family, professional, and personal pursuits you're juggling. And thank you also for the reminder of the importance of knowledge and the acquisition of it, combined with perseverance. Leanne, you exemplify resilience. In these times, I can't think of a more important leadership trait. Thank you for modeling progress and persistence as you traverse both your bachelor's and your master's degrees with us. I think you also could offer to us a new contestant or candidate for a WGU motto, "Take that," which was just wonderful. Sparkle, just your example in terms of refusing to settle. I'm also overwhelmed with emotion as I consider and contemplate the joy that you and your family are bringing into this world. I'm also grateful to your mentor, Anne, and her appropriate and timely use of the word no. Lastly, Miranda, just the reminder that there are many times when failure is in fact our friend. It reminds us that it helps us achieve progress and develop to achieve the success we aspire to, while also becoming the person that we are meant to be. Lastly, I'm mindful of the fact that promises and commitments that you referenced, they act as a direction-setting point. They have established our trajectory even when we may be off course, that they are a reminder to us of the direction that we are headed and that we can stay true. If there's one thing that is constant in our personal and professional lives, it is change. You and I live in an era of unprecedented change and constant challenges. Chad Hymas is an example of how to deal with change and challenges. On April 3rd, 2001, Chad's life changed instantaneously when a falling 1-ton bale of hay broke his neck, leaving him a quadriplegic. Doctors said he would never walk again, and that for the rest of his life he would be confined to a wheelchair. But Chad's dreams were not paralyzed that day. Likewise, each of us here at WGU will at times face challenges that might try to paralyze us, but they don't have to. Chad is now a world-class wheelchair athlete, playing basketball, full contact quad rugby, sounds very dangerous, and he races marathons. Chad set a new world record by wheeling a personal marathon of over 500 miles from Salt Lake City to Las Vegas. Yet Chad counts as his greatest accomplishment the fact that he remains a devoted husband to his loving wife, Shondell, and proud father to their 4 children. Please welcome Chad Hymas.
So, President, just so you know, our motto in rugby is the following: the hit isn't real unless it bends steel. That's our motto. So it is. And one thing that's a benefit about playing rugby when you're 95% numb like me is that you don't really feel it when you get hurt. And so that's a perk as well. I've been inspired today as I've listened to our speakers. We're coming to you live. This is not a tape presentation. Amidst the Rocky Mountains of the United States, a beautiful setting. There's about 20 people in the room that are helping this virtual graduation ceremony take place, and I have been inspired. I don't want to be repetitive of President Pulsipher's remarks, but I was inspired by our 4 speakers. Let me just say what I heard and make sure that you can grasp the same message, and let's see if we can't make this relative to all of us, and see if we can't do what my dad wanted me to do when I was going through my first pandemic. All a pandemic is loss, and we're all experiencing that. There's been a lot of talk today about the word COVID, this pandemic. We'll elaborate on that in just a second, but I don't want to make that my whole presentation. I loved what Miranda, so I had some notes taken here. So Miranda, she said she started with nothing. Remember, she said she failed. There's no better place to start than when you feel like you've lost everything. Heck, I've lost everything at least 3 or 4 times in my lifetime, and you're seeing part of that right now, being 95% numb. The best place to start is when you lose or feel like you've lost everything. Failing grades, no money, no resources. I just think that's absolutely inspiring. Love the race car story as well. Sparkle, I just want to hit Sparkle. You nailed 40 years old graduate, waited 20 years, 5 children. I want to be very careful with this, Sparkle. The loss of a child. You know what a pandemic is all about. Sparkle, you perhaps understand a pandemic more than me, guaranteed. I would rather break my neck again than to lose one of my children. Thank you for sharing that and for making that public. You inspired me to dream new dreams, think new thoughts, and to become a better person. I want to hit Leanne on the cancer. I don't have anything to add to that other than that hit home with me and made me think of a dear relative that I lost who did the same thing. And Sharon, you taught us that there's no such thing as false hope, only false hopelessness. Because for everything that we do know about the world and technology and vaccines and pandemics and diseases, for everything that we do know, there is so much more that we don't, and you are the hope for that no matter what your age. What was it again? I think it was our average age is 38, right? 38, and our oldest graduate is 70? Is that right? And it's now May the 30th. It's 1:20 7:25 p.m. Eastern Time. Our youngest graduate is 18. We're living in a world, not just with COVID, but we got a bunch of fires being lit up by people all across the country. I'm not saying anything that's not public knowledge. I'm just saying that we live in a world that's creating fear, uncertainty, and doubt, rumors of wars. Let me just say this about, I'm not here to take sides. I don't, it's not my place to judge. This is what I do know. The fruit of everything good begins from that with a challenge. The fruit of everything good begins, and I've learned this. My dad said this to me in the hospital. Son, I want you to become not just good, I want you to become great. I said, what you talking about? He said, I want you to be a better husband to your wife with no hands and no legs. He said that to my face. Can you believe that? He said, I want you to be a better husband to your wife. I want you to be a better father, a better coach, a basketball coach. I thought, I can't even do a layup. I can't get on a horse. I can't farm like I used to. I can't run the ranch. I can't hold my wife's hand and feel it. I can't dance with her. I can't write. I can't drive. I can't hold down a job. He said, stop that garbage right there. Just stop that garbage. Everything you just said was about you. Ladies and gentlemen, my graduates of WGU, congratulations on your graduation. I believe, like Miranda said about her relative watching from above, that this graduation isn't about you at all. No, I don't want to take away from all the celebrations. You deserve all that, for sure. But what if everybody else that's not watching you, like I've watched you speak today, doesn't benefit from your graduation? Would you agree or disagree with me that you would do things for others that you won't do for yourself? All four of you mentioned that in your talks. And I can't help that you're representing every single graduate today that's watching virtually from home. Please remember that we will do things for others that you won't do for yourself. What will it do for you? It will create for you a life of intention and abundance, and you won't go out and look for a way to make money. You'll look for a way to make a difference, and in so doing, you'll make a living in the process. Folks, if you think that I wanted to speak here today, you're wrong. Now, I didn't say that I wasn't grateful. Don't hear that. I'm grateful for the opportunity. But if you think that I grew up wanting to speak in front of people, how many of you ever wanted to do that? I mean, some of you probably were nervous giving your presentations today. My dream's always been to be a guide. My dad said one thing, and I'm just going to share it with you, and then I'm going to show it to you on the screen. He said, son, if you want to live a life full of abundance and intention, you need to find a place to give and serve without causing damage to other people. And I was causing damage to my family because of my attitude towards my uncertainty, my fear, and my doubt. Remember, I realize that very few of you that are watching are going to go through being 95% numb. I realize that. There's not a single one of you that are watching that doesn't understand what fear is, because we live in that world today. There's not a single one of you that are watching that doesn't understand what doubt is. We heard that from 3 out of our 4 speakers, if not all 4. There's not a single one of you that aren't living in a world where we are confused. What a great place to make a difference. What a great place to start. When I applied that in my life, I didn't look for a way to make money. I looked for a way to make a greater contribution, and guess what happened? I made a living in the process. Please live a life of intention and abundance. It's now been 21 years since the accident. 21 years since I broke my neck and became paralyzed on that desert floor. I don't have time to share the story with you today. It's not really that important anyway. All you need to know is in 21 years, I've been able to share a message with people in 89 countries. That means that these tires, I don't know, gentlemen, can we get a close-up of this? Can we go to the tires? Just go to my tires. Help me out. There we go. These tires have touched more dirt than most people's feet. Thanks, Jess. I'm not saying that to brag. Remember, I never wanted to travel anyway. I just wanted to be a farmer. You know what I found out? I don't have to think small-minded of the 600 acres that we live on and then think that's what I'm farming. The second thing I wanted to share with you today is to please not leave this graduation ceremony thinking too small. Don't even think outside the box. Throw the box out the window. Dream big dreams. Have hope for a better tomorrow. And by God, don't give up on your dreams too quickly. It's because of what I've shared with you today that I'm still married to the same girl. Did you all hear what I just said? No, I'll prove it to you. Shondell and I, we were married for 6 years before the accident. Don't switch it yet, Justin. I want to get this up. I got to do her justice. Shondell and I, well, let's go to the screen. We just celebrated 26 years. There we are. There's the two boys right there in front. They're biological. And then after the accident, my wife said, hey, our family's not complete. I thought we were doing just good. I mean, 2 boys, empty nest coming soon, maybe we can relax a little bit, travel together. She said our family, she had this dream, this vision. She said we needed to have more children. I didn't know how that was going to happen because I only knew there was one way to have children. She said there was more than one way. I didn't know that. That's maybe just because I'm a man. I'm not trying to be a pervert. I'm just saying that was my way of thinking. She said there are many ways to have children. Let's go back to that photograph, Jason. Help me out. Gracie comes to us from Guatemala. We got her when she was 3 days old. She's now a sophomore in high school. And that little boy, you want to talk about inspiration? We just got him. 11 years old. We can come back. As dark as God made his children, my son is. 11 years old. His name is Caleb. That kid understands paralysis more than I will ever understand based on his background. And that kid will leave our family with a desire to help the people of this country. That's his dream. Talks about it every day. He's been with us now for 2 years. His English is phenomenal. And he will become a doctor and serve other people in that fashion. That's his dream. And I'm going to back that kid up. I'm going to back that up because it inspires me. People remember how you make them feel more than what comes out of your mouth. People remember how you make them feel more than what comes out of your mouth. So ask yourself, are the people in your front rooms right now better because of your achievements and you being there? Or are they not? I should ask myself that. Is my family excited to see me come home today? Are the people that are here in the studio, are they better off for me being with them or are they not? Are the people that I meet better? We should all ask ourselves that question. We'll be better influencers because of it. It's time for me to wrap up, so I'm going to wrap up with a video. What you're about to see is live footage. My mom took it in the hospital. This footage is 21 years old. So it's not really HD quality, but it's 20 years old, and I'm going to share with you some truths behind it. Let's check this out together. Here we go. Live footage. That's live. 3.5 weeks in a coma after the accident.
There are times when
she's just waiting for me to wake up. That's Shondell. I asked her to leave the room. I didn't want her to watch me be fed. It's called pride. That's exactly what it's called. She came back in and she told me that we could accomplish this together. I didn't believe her. My attitude was wrong. So they made the decision to keep my kids away from me. Remember, our choices affect those around us. So I decided to change my attitude because we'll change for others. But not really change, I'm just kind of faking it, I'm going to fake it, and then I'm going to find a way to overdose on drugs once I see my kids. That's my mentality back then. I'm going to fake it, and then I'm going to find a way to overdose and commit suicide. But it changes right here. Look, right here, watch what happens, watch. She moves me, and then I move myself. Now, like Miranda, like Sparkle, Leanne, and Sharon, I got momentum on my side. So I learned how to put my shirt on. I take 6 months and I learned how to push my wheelchair. Oh, there's my therapist. His name is Ron Honey, little cocky University of Utah graduate. I can say that. Here's the best part. Watch, watch, watch. He doesn't walk, he runs. Look at him. After 3 months, he runs to my side. Hey, Dad, Mom said that your legs don't work. We don't care, Dad. Dad, you promised you would be our dad. You promised that you would coach us, Dad. Dad, I'm gonna get you dressed. Look, he put my shoes on. Unbelievable. He found a place to serve, and I watched him serve me. Dad, give me your hand. I'm gonna put your shirt on. Dad, stop saying swear words. Mom will take us away. Don't say bad words, Dad. Now we're playing catch. Look at the little boy's face. Watch his face. When I saw him smile, I never thought about suicide ever again. It's not an option for me. I don't want to hurt other people. Be willing to try new things, do things differently. Throw the box out the window. You're seeing the results of that right now. Today I travel by helicopter all around. I ride a bike with my hands. I meet people all over the world. Until the pandemic is over, I'll get back out there again. I taught my kids how to play ball from a Walmart hoop. And yes, we still have the ranch. We raise elk. And I've always wanted to fly. There's the Great Salt Lake. That's where we're coming to you from live today amidst the Rocky Mountains. That's the Great Salt Lake of Salt Lake City, Utah. That's where we're at right now. That was the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life, by the way. So I'm just going to leave with this. I'm just going to leave. We can come back to me. Are my dreams coming true, yes or no? Are my dreams coming true, yes or no? I think the answer is obvious. Not in spite of fear, not in spite of a chaotic world, not in spite of a pandemic, but perhaps because of it. This is not the end of an accomplishment. It's the beginning of an opportunity. Now get out of your homes and help us make this world a better place. God bless you guys, and thank you for letting me share a very personal message with you.
Thank you, Chad. What an important and powerful message for our time. And now you will hear from your college leaders.
Congratulations to our WGU College of Business students and families. Commencement is such an important milestone, and I'm so grateful to be a part of your special day. We look forward to having you join a community of alumni and watching you reach great new heights with your newly earned degree.
Hi, College of Health grads. Dr. Jan Jones-Shank here from the College of Health Professions. I wanted to just send you my deepest congratulations. This has been an amazing year for health professionals all around the nation. You've proved how valuable, how critical your services are. I know now you'll go out and make an even greater impact with your bright new shiny degree. Wish I was there to shake your hand, but until next time, congratulations.
Hey, congratulations, College of Health Profession graduates. Sure proud of you. Well done. And I also want to thank you for your courage and hard work as each of you have been fighting the global pandemic of COVID-19. You are the true heroes. Again, congratulations to all of you. Sure proud of you.
Congratulations, College of Information Technology graduates. Your accomplishment signifies a life-changing event. You've earned a degree, an undergraduate or a graduate degree, in one of the most high-demand career areas. Your hard work and dedication is an inspiration, and I want to congratulate you and your families and all of your many supporters on your success now and in the future. You make us all proud. Go College of IT.
Hi, my name is John Baldery, Vice President of Academic Operations for the College of Information Technology. So grateful for each of you participating in our virtual graduation today. We want to congratulate all of you for your hard work and perseverance. What a special day for each of you to be able to celebrate with family and friends this long-standing tradition called graduation. We're deeply pleased to add so many more of you to our alumni ranks and to be able to draw upon the strength that you give back into our society and to the different businesses that you serve.
Congratulations, graduates of WGU Class of 2020. A little quick wisdom from my father. One of the things he taught me was that near the end of your life, you're going to spend a lot of time thinking about the people you've met, the experiences you've had, the lessons you've learned, and the difference you've made. You've definitely been supported by a lot of people on this journey. You've had some great experiences. You've learned a lot of lessons. And now it's up to you to go out there and make a difference.
Hi, I'm Stacy Ludwig Johnson, and I'm the VP of Operations for the WGU Teachers College. And I just want to say congratulations. It's truly extraordinary times, and you have demonstrated your grit and resilience to be truly extraordinary teachers and leaders. Congratulations.
We will now recognize each of our master's degree graduates, who will be followed by our bachelor's degree graduates. Although you're not physically here with us, would the candidates for master's degrees and educator endorsements please rise wherever you are. Stand on up. Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors Universities, I hereby confer upon you the master's degree or endorsement you have earned, to include the Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Science, or Educator endorsement, with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations and welcome to our community of innovative, bold, and credible WGU professionals. Stand by for your moment in the spotlight.
Jennifer Brown,
Ronnie Jessup, Beverly Wiggs Balloon,
Gilbert Boyd,
Rachel Jankech,
Don Jewell,
Aisha Pelzer, Marshall L. Reeves,
Keller C., Valerie Williams, Desiree Bowers, Tessa Ann Dixon, Diana Gomez,
Lori Jones,
Crystal McFarland,
Jill Nickerson, Tamara Reese,
Chelsea Stevenson,
Tiffany Winstaffer,
Aldo Young,
Richard Levine,
Julie King, Sharon Test,
Isaiah Bowers,
Matthew Kanoy,
Tisha McCoy,
Monica Addington,
Latoya Childs,
Carrie Clark,
Mary Costantino,
Bonnie Cummings Lawback,
Melissa Davis,
Austin Floyd,
Vernita Lockhart,
Carrie Lozano, Cameron Powers,
Raquel Williams, Cynthia Adams, Elias Dahu,
Christian Onwatika,
Ashley Tiller,
Kayla Wirtz,
Sarah Beeley,
Melissa Kaler, Christina Smoot,
Ashley Kidwell, Anthony Nixon,
Congratulations to the graduates of the College of Business. Ajoa Amisa Rob.
Aaron Burkheimer.
Andrea Cameron. Amber Parker.
Cynthia Steffen. Laura Arrowman.
Anne Marie Bijou Taylor.
Leanne Brooks.
Lakeisha Harden.
Carly Johnson.
Lindsay Craykiel.
Mackenzie Lehman.
Carlita Lockett. Megan Turney.
Carrie Vance.
Jennifer Bashinsky. Hadassah Golian. Felicia Calhoun.
Andrea Cottingham.
Tanya Lorraine.
Barbara Mitchell.
Shannon York.
Kaidianne Maxwell.
Ashley Perkins.
Norma Spence Howard. Elizabeth Victoria Bardwaj. Yaneli Williams. Ronisha White.
Congratulations to the graduates of the College of Health Professions.
Salif Sise.
Bryant Holt.
James Morgan. James Ward.
Chris Gamble.
Christopher Hawkinson.
Varesh Shivanand Kolker. Christopher Weiner. Mike Ortiz.
Victoria Hall.
DeSonia Cave.
David Craig.
Congratulations to the graduates of the College of Information Technology.
Sum Wing Ho.
Jacqueline Sabalet.
Veronica Thomas.
Rachel Baird Alamad.
Samia Hamdoun.
Penny Griswold. Jashayla Noel Rouse.
Stephanie Flippin Smith.
Latoya Johnson.
Jennifer Barber.
Stacy Connor.
Cassie Barber Hale.
Derek Smith.
Amy Correa,
Laura Davis,
Christy Shanks,
Carol Wilcox,
Kayla Rhodes,
Christopher Beasley,
Daniel Bilbo,
Felicia Ellis,
Alandis Hawkins.
Congratulations to the graduates of the Teachers College.
And now to our bachelor's degree graduates. Would the candidates for bachelor's degrees and post-baccalaureate teacher preparation endorsements please rise wherever you are? Upon the favorable recommendation of our faculty and the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and member governors of Western Governors University, I hereby confer upon you the bachelor's degree or endorsement you have earned to include the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Science, or the post-baccalaureate teacher preparation endorsement with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. You may now move the tassel from the right to the left side of your mortarboard. Congratulations on this important milestone in your lives.
Heidi Bean, Jakia Johnson,
Melinda Smith,
Tabitha Childress, Heather Lee,
Corrine Ritchie,
Amanda Ross, Emily Coleman,
Craig Harris,
Michelle Jubre,
Mary Clay,
Latoya Ellington,
Courtney Eubanks,
Erica Fields, Carolyn Griffin,
Brian Gwaltney,
Allison Hurley,
Brittany Myers,
Peter Leopard, Leamber Williams,
Rochelle Hawkins,
Melissa Tittle,
Alicia Belton, Crystal Holland,
Tierra Hopkins,
Jessica Larinquente, Sparkle Whitehead, Sherrod Fraser Lewis,
Michael Ward,
Christine Johnson, Dante Oliver. Congratulations to the graduates of the College of Business. Tasashiwa Amenu,
Kimberly Bethke,
Tawana Ingram,
Tiffany Snowden,
Walter Williams,
Stacy Adams.
Stephanie Addison. Deborah Bird. Lillian Carnes.
Susan Davis. Tammy Felder.
Dorothy Gardner.
Haley Handera.
Miranda Harmon. Meredith Joyner. Philomena Abasaji Asidi. Jocelyn Oyola.
Alba Riviera.
Yvette Sherrill.
Katrina Simmons.
Melanie Sisk. Desiree Thompson. Lakeisha Williams.
Tangi Barrett. Kayla Brewer.
Florencia Fanfan.
Michelle Jewell. Wendy Meader. Victoria Ormorio Maokoro. Kiyosha Smith. Diona Tolbert.
Aaron Wadsworth.
Deborah White.
Congratulations to the graduates of the College of Health Professions. Andrew Dobbins.
Heather Coltharp.
Davon McLeod.
Jeff Murray.
Jason Thrower.
Jared Hamilton. Constantine Shibangu Biai. Thomas Bunker.
Austin Carlisle.
Elizabeth Amador. Richard Travis Hill.
Rob Adkins. Austin Oula Ringo. Congratulations to the graduates of the College of Information Technology.
Jennifer Heckathorn.
Amy Hunt. Lashuria Pope. Amanda St. Paul.
Stephanie C. Gerson.
Kimberly Thomas. Amber Elkins.
Vivica Foster.
Elena Penner. Hannah Yeomans.
Deanna Young.
Sabrina DeSimone.
Carly Evett.
Amy Feltraco.
Kristen Gordon.
Barbara Gross,
Heather Henderson,
Andrea Herrada,
Vincent Lawyer, Lisa Raynell Stacy,
Courtney Thompson,
Ashley Dees,
Miranda Joseph,
Tiffany Pendleton,
Christopher Baker, Rebecca Pedigo,
Jessica Winkler Sewell,
April Wigington, Michelle Alleman,
Ioana Henderson Lattimore, Casey Prescott,
Kirsty Semler,
Hillary Space, Jobreas Williams, Jill Wood,
Bobby Romano,
Tatiana Leonardson,
Jody Hewitt,
Monique Valcourt,
Carrie Ashurst,
Justine Hilbert,
Courtney Smiley,
Suzanne Rubino.
Congratulations to the graduates of the Teachers College.
Graduates, please accept our sincere congratulations. You now join a network of more than 183,000 WGU alumni worldwide. Welcome to this amazing community. We hope you'll stay engaged by visiting wgu.edu/alumni. For many of you, earning your diploma is the fulfillment of a lifelong goal. The degree you have earned at WGU will create new pathways to opportunity. But it's important to remember that commencement is not the end. It represents a new beginning. I encourage you to continue exploring your dreams and following your passions. Whatever you choose to do it well, and great things will follow. Learning is a lifelong journey. I urge you, as you continue your journey, to reach out to others in the pursuit of their dreams. Identify meaningful ways to contribute to your communities and help us find our way as a country to unite and create a brighter pathway for future generations. I'm mindful of Chad's words, and I just want to reiterate them here. If you want to live a life of joy and abundance, then you need to give and serve. Live a life of intention. Make your impact seen and felt in the lives of those with whom you associate and interact. I can't think of a time that more than now when those words are more important and salient for each and every one of us. We are truly living in an unsettled moment. It is wonderful to consider all the things and the memories that may come from this, but more than anything else, we need to recognize those who are experiencing sorrow, uncertainty, fear, anxiety, and everything else, and recognize that our way through this is the means by which you and every single one of us contribute to uplifting those around us. I also like to use the words of C.S. Lewis, who simply reminds us this, that there are no ordinary people. You have never talked to a mere mortal. Your neighbor is the holiest object presented to your senses. That is why I think the words of Chad are also so important, that if we want to live a life of intention, then we need to make our impact seen and felt in the lives of those with whom we love, interact, associate. That is how we make our difference in the world. I encourage you to do that. I hope you now will take a moment to reflect on the pride you felt during this ceremony. Although we can't be physically together right now, We hope you will join us at a future in-person commencement. Thank you for letting us share your educational journey and celebrate with you. Don't forget to share your excitement on social media. Be sure to use the hashtag WGUGrad. This now concludes our virtual commencement ceremony. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful day.